Yes, sir.
All right, man. Abdullah, man. It's been good. Been good, man. It's been a long time coming. You had a really good performance against Nakathiri. I'm gonna be honest with you. I told myself, and I think I said this to your father. I said, now this is gonna be a test because Nakathiri is very experienced.
Yeah.
You know his resume. In my opinion, I think this guy was the most experienced fighter that you fought up until this point. What was your mindset going into that fight?
I would say my mindset was just, listen to my corner. We worked on certain things, knowing that he was an experienced fighter and knowing that he had that power in his right hand and he shoot his punches, strong. So my thing was just to take my time and just assess him a little bit first before we get on into it.
Yeah, I noticed. I noticed when the fight first started out, kind of like he was filling them out a little bit. You was giving them different looks, feigning, trying to see what he was going to bite on. He landed a few. Well, he really didn't land it really clean shots on you. But the few he did land, it was kind of like he was like, okay, cool. Once you got your timing and the rhythm down, you work behind that jab.
Yeah.
You was snapping the jab.
Yeah.
Would you say that was the key to setting everything up, to eventually getting a stoppage, or?
Absolutely. I see whenever I touch him with a jab, he feel uncomfortable, or the jab was the thing that got the most reaction out of him. I seen that it was a jab. Anytime I touch him with a sharp, clean jab, I seen he'd like either back up or he twitch his face or something like that. So I seen that was getting to him, but that definitely set everything else up off of it.
When you went back to your corner,
yeah,
were you looking across the ring, looking at him in the corner, seeing what his reaction was, or were you just locked in on the instructions?
At times, I probably did look over, but I don't remember being locked in on his corner. But I looked over at times. After they give my instruction or something, I look up and see how his corner doing.
The reason why I asked you that is because he ended up not coming out, retiring or whatever. I don't know who made that call, but apparently he ended up not coming out. Once you started touching him, his legs started getting weak. I noticed that he started buckling a little bit.
Yeah.
And in my mind and everybody else where I was sitting at, we were saying it's just a matter of time before you knock him out. Because if he would have came back out in that ring, he was gonna knock him out in that round, or maybe even the following round. I mean, that's what I felt. Did you feel that way?
Yeah, I definitely felt that way. Each round it was, I was getting to him more and more. And the round previous to that, so I started touching him up a lot, and he started feeling it every shot. So I feel like if he would have came off of that round, I would have got him out of there.
This moment is about you.
Yeah.
Because you started out as the co-main event.
Yeah.
But then the Keyshawn Davis and Abdullah Santos situation happened to where Keyshawn didn't make the weight, and then for whatever the reason, I did speak to Abdullah Santos' trainers, and they explained to me why they didn't go ahead and go through with the fight. Understandably so. Some people got upset with Abdullah Santos, but it's not his fault. That Keyshawn should have been a little bit more professional. That has nothing to do with you. But look how it worked out. You ended up becoming the main event in another man's backyard in Virginia, Norfolk. How do you feel about that?
I just feel like everything happened at its proper time. I was ready for it. I was prepared for it, and I came out here, to handle my business, and everything went amazing. So it was a great, business deal secured. I would say, first main event in Norfolk, and the first time I fought out here, it was a amazing turnout. Everybody was excited, crazy excited. Crowd went crazy. Everybody couldn't wait till I came back. And this time out, I felt the same support. And for me to be the main event, I'm gonna have to I don't know, Norfolk might be like a second home or something now. So I can't wait to do a main event in Cleveland or something. But I definitely felt excited for that to happen.
It's amazing you brought up Cleveland because that's your hometown. Yeah. You and your brothers, your father, your mother and stuff, y'all came up in Cleveland, of course.
Yeah.
And you representing Cleveland and bringing that, type of, in my opinion, hope and to the people. Because Cleveland, you have I think Al Heyman is there as well, from what I heard. But just you got a lot of people who may look up to you. A lot of young people coming up. They're saying that, hey, one of our own has came up out of the midst of Cleveland, and he's doing big things. Do you feel that you can be a beacon of light for your city?
Most definitely. That's That's definitely the goal. Just to be able to be a good example. For the ones coming up behind me or everybody watching me. Whenever you a public figure, you definitely want to be a good example for anybody. You never know who's watching you, how much they watching you. So at all times, you got to keep in mind that you got to be your best at everything.
What amazes me, I was in the press box and I was talking to a lot of the people that was out there, and they spoke about the level of your level of maturity. They spoke about your professionalism, and it's like what I love about your family, your brothers, and even your father. All of y'all have like the same demeanor.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You came up in Islam, you in the Deen and stuff like that, and I just really love to see that. And you, in my opinion, you are the next guy up, the next star or superstar. I feel that way. But you understand that you're going to have to work. You're going to have to earn your keep. Nothing's going to be given to you.
Yeah.
Is that your mindset? What keeps you so even keeled, taking it a one step or one fight at a time approach? You don't get too high. You don't let the fame or the praise, get you too high, or the criticism get you too low. How do you maintain that?
The first way I would say is, just keeping a family around me. Every day is another day.
Keeping you grounded.
Yeah, keeping me grounded, and you just take it one step at a time, and you got to look at things how they are. There's never, no work to be done. So there's always something to be done. You can always push forward. There's always another step. There's always another plan. So our thing is just keep working, and as long as we're doing it together, it's gonna be better.
Listen, family, I want to let y'all know, like this brother right here. As you can see, he's very mature, very professional, and that's what I love about it. Now, it's going to be times when you go through adversity. You have an opportunity now to become a champion.
Yeah.
There's the vacant WBO title.
Yeah.
I think the guy he's from the UK, if I'm not mistaken. I think his name is Noakes or
San Noakes.
Yeah, Sam Noakes or whatever the case may be. Do you know? I know this fight is fresh, but do you have an idea what the WBO is going to do as it relates to that title? Will it be you and Sam Noakes fighting for the vacant title? Or will they just elevate him because Keyshawn got stripped? Do you know what the situation is?
I believe the title is now vacant, so it'll be me and San Noakes fighting for the title. From what I know, from what I think I know.
I know it's going to be up to your team, and then Bob or whatever what they're going to be able to work out as it relates to if that fight, once that fight gets, it's going to happen. You're going to fight for that title, whether it's this year or whenever. I really don't know, but do you know where that fight would be at? Will it be in America? Will it be in the UK? Or you're just waiting to see what happens? You really don't know yet.
I'm not sure. I'm just prepared to grab the title. Whatever we got to do to get it.
Okay, the opportunity is going to be there. The crowd was nice. Love the crowd. Some people felt they was kind of disappointed because the main event was missing from it. But you stepped in, showed the excitement, you performed, you came out unscathed. Don't look like you have a scratch on your face. I love the footwork. I love the way you was cutting the ring off. I love the way you utilized your feints, your foot feints, your jab. I love that. What things do you think you need to work on in the future for your next opponent once you find out, or you just going to wait and see how it's going to materialize?
We just getting back in the gym, and we gonna work on everything. We're gonna work on everything. So I don't got nothing specific to tell you about that, but next fight I come out, hopefully you see me stronger, sharper, quicker, and just tighten up all around the board.
Did you the pivot back to the Keyshawn thing? A lot of people were saying that, oh man, Keyshawn was trying to call Abdullah Mason out on stage. But now I sit back and I look at it, I'm like, he knew he wasn't going to make weight. So it kind of seemed like it was capped. This has nothing to do with you, but it kind of seemed like it was capped because you saying all of these things about we can make the fight happen next, but you couldn't make the fight happen next because you wasn't even going to make weight for Abdullah Santos. Yeah. So, but it worked out to where now you the main event. You got a chance to perform. You made a lot of new fans right here in Norfolk right now. And people are really excited. So right now, you're going to be celebrated for what you did. A lot of people are rooting for you. They like your demeanor. They love the way your parents raised you. Love the way your brothers, your family is right now. And you just to me, just from a mentality standpoint and maturity standpoint, you might be kind of like the total package as it relates to that. How do you feel about that?
I'm hoping so. You know, that's what it's looking like. You know, but always got to stay focused. I'm just excited for what's to come for sure. You know, but I know it definitely It definitely comes with work. So you know, we just staying focused and keep doing what we've been doing. You know, not switching nothing up. Just one step at a time, like I said. But yeah, I'm excited.
Hopefully you get a fight in Cleveland.
Yeah.
You deserve that.
Yeah.
And I think the city deserves that.
Yeah.
You know, because let me tell you, when you have your fight in Cleveland, we speaking that into existence. You know, the people gonna show up and show out. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cause I've got to come there and see you. So, hopefully, man, we gotta see the way the rest of the year materializes. I do understand that the business of boxing has to come first before you step in the ring. So right now that the fight is over with, what are your plans?
I want to see what's up with grabbing that title. So we're gonna see how everything goes. You know, with the WBO, San Noakes, and all that. We definitely not sure where it's gonna be at, but you know, be prepared to fight for it. Be prepared to fight for it. You know, I would love to have that fight in Cleveland though.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there? Do you feel you got the support you need from Top Rank with Bob Arum and the people over there at Top Rank? Are they like going to bat for you, really trying to make these fights happen for you?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm a Top Rank fighter, so they building me accordingly. You know, and they're building me how they think will be best for me in my career. So I'm just working along with them. You know, with my team and my manager, and we stepping our way up how we supposed to be.
Let the fans know. You know, what can they? You know, right now that we wrapping this up, just let them know. Just give them a shout out or whatever. Let them know what they expect. You know, once you find out who you fight next and.
I'm not sure what my next fight will be, but definitely stay tuned. And I appreciate everybody who watched my fight I just had with Nakatila. Hopefully y'all can all make it to a fight, you know, in my hometown fight in Cleveland, Ohio, or any fight that you hear about me. And I want y'all to grab y'all merch. Appetite for Smoke. Mason Brothers Boxing Shop to be up real soon.
Oh, let me see the Appetite for Smoke.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, what it's on your website?
Yeah, Mason Brothers Boxing Shop. So I'm not sure if the new color of this one is up now, but it should be up if not real soon.
All right. So listen, what's the website again?
Mason Brothers Boxing Shop, and then the social media is Abdullah Mason.
Okay, so just go to his social media. You can get the merch. Abdullah's the next guy up, man. It is what it is. You know, God is the best planner. So we're gonna see exactly how it plans out, and you know, you got some new fans tonight, man. You know what I mean? So, all right, man. Peace. Shout out. This is what Coach Malachi. This is my brother Abdullah Mason. Y'all be on the lookout, man. Peace.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up?
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.